I do not own the rights to this music.
Walk in the light. Walk in the light. Beautiful light. Come where the dewdrops of mercy are bright. Shine all around us by day and by night. Jesus, the light of the world. Walk in the light. Walk in the light. Beautiful, beautiful light. Beautiful light. Come where the dewdrop. Come where the dewdrop of mercy are bright. Shine, shine all around us. By day and by night. Oh.
Hello, and welcome to Sunday School Summary with Brother Ron. Sunday School lesson for Sunday, July 17th, 2022. Our reference material for the Sunday School Summary is based upon the International Sunday School Lesson Series as published by the Sunday School Publishing Board. We are discussing Partners in a New Creation as the title of the Summer Lesson Series. And Partners in a New Creation focuses on how the believers can be partners with the ever-present Spirit of God through reconciliation, recreation, and a rightly restoration of our relationship with God and His eternal reign, as in today's lesson. The Partners in a New Creation lesson series is categorized into 3 units or groups of lessons. In Unit 1, we talked about God delivers and restores. And in Unit 2, we're talking about the Word, the agent of creation. And of course, we're talking about Jesus Christ. The Word, the agent of creation, this series of lessons focuses on how creating the Word at work in and with humanity became flesh and showed the way to eternal life through the true light of Jesus Christ. The title of our 3rd lesson in the Unit 2 Summer Lesson Series is titled Bringing the Light, or Dispelling the Darkness. And the key verse comes from John chapter 12, verse 46. And it reads, I am come a light into the world, that whosoever believeth on me should not abide in darkness, or in other words, they should not live in ignorance and sin. Jesus came to show the way of truth and salvation. Now, the background to today's lesson, Bringing the Light, is a continuation of our study of the book of John on the ministry of Jesus, of his signs and evidence of the deity of Jesus leading up to his crucifixion. Now, Jesus traveled to Bethany before attending the Passover festival in Jerusalem. And Jesus' friends in Bethany prepared a special meal for him, and Lazarus also attended. Jesus' presence attracted a large crowd of Jews, and Lazarus as well, because many Jews believed in Jesus because of the miracle of raising Lazarus from the dead, and now refuse to obey the Pharisees. And Jesus goes on to Jerusalem from Bethany to meet his appointment with the Father and his crucifixion and resurrection. Now, the summary lesson for today has 2 points, the final opportunity, and that's from John chapter 12, verses 44 through 46, and the only escape from John chapter 12, verses 47 through 50. The passages for the lesson today revolve around the key words of faith, eternal life, light, and judge. Now, faith is the complete trust, assurance, or belief or confidence, as Jesus speaks on having faith in God who sent him in today's lesson. Eternal life means life after death, or it's a state of existence based on faith in Jesus Christ and sustained by God, in which a person enters into a permanent unending fellowship with God. Now, light is a form of energy that stimulates sight and makes things visible. However, the light we're talking about is the light of Jesus that makes the righteous path visible in our lives. And judge means to form an opinion or conclusion about something, positively or negatively, that leads to acceptance or rejection. And in today's lesson, it is the rejection of non-believers in Jesus' message that dooms them or judges them. The final opportunity from John chapter 12, verses 44 through 46 is our first summary point. And in these passages, Jesus makes his final appeal to walk in the lighted path of Jesus and to escape the judgment of walking in the darkness of sin. Jesus cried out, he says, "Whosoever believes in me does not believe in me only, but in the one who sent me." So Jesus is saying that your faith should not be in me, but your faith should be in God who sent me. And then he also goes on to say that the one who looks at me is seeing the one who sent me. So Jesus is saying that if you look at Jesus, that you see the Father who sent him. And he says, "I have come into the world as a light, so that no one who believes in me should stay in darkness." So if we are following in the footsteps of Jesus, then we should not be walking in darkness. We should be walking in light, because that means that we accept Jesus' teaching and we are on a continuous journey to and towards eternal life. So if people see us and we are followers of Christ, then they should see some Christ or some God in us. They should see some love in us, and they should see some concern in us for others and for our mankind. Also, they should hear God in us in what we speak and in how we speak. So Jesus is saying that he is a reflection of God, and if we are with him, then our thoughts and our action should reflect God as well. The only escape is the second summary point from John chapter 12, verses 47 through 50. And in these passages, Jesus goes on to say, "If anyone hears my words, but not keep them, I do not judge that person. For I did not come to judge the world, but to save the world." So Jesus is saying is that his focus is not on people who hear the word, who understand the word, and then rejects the word. But his is on the people who hear the word and follow the word, and therefore who walk in the light of Jesus. He also goes on to say that there's a judge for the ones who reject me and does not accept my words. The very words I have spoken will condemn them at the last day. So those who do not accept Jesus' teaching and Jesus' message will be judged based upon Jesus' message at the end of time. So sometimes our decisions are based or comes clearer over time, so that it's not me that is judging you, but it is the words of God and how we live and apply them in our life that judges the ultimate existence. And the also goes on to say, he says that I know my command leads to eternal life. So whatever I say is just what the Father has told me to say. So Jesus is explaining again that he is only an agent of God, and that his agency is based upon his relationship with God. So when he speaks, Jesus speaks through the power of God. So when Jesus is lighted up or illuminated, it's the illumination of God. So the bottom line is that if we have Jesus in our lives, then we operate under a certain light, meaning that our paths is lighted by Jesus' teaching and our acceptance of that teaching. This is Brother Ron with the Sunday School Summary for Sunday, July 17th, 2022. The final opportunity from John chapter 12, verses 44 through 46, and the only escape from John chapter 12, verses 47 through 50. What is your choice? Is it Jesus and the light, or is it perpetual sin and darkness? Thank you for watching. Have a blessed week, and we hope to see you next Sunday for another edition of Sunday School Summary with Brother Ron.